prosperity churches are meant to do something to the minds of the religious, of the followers, of the believers. I'm going to tell you what it does. It trivializes the whole idea of God. Religion trivializes the whole idea of God as a higher power, a higher source, right? To make it something that is not to be taken seriously. Look at your prosperity preachers, right? They wear funny suits, funny hairstyles, they come up with funny phrases, catchy phrases. They have choirs singing, and, it's a big circus. It's a big goddamn show, right? And people will sit there in amazement and wonder, why is it that these people, so many people are coming to these people? Why? What is it about these people that, hypnotizes them, the parishioners, into giving these people money? People wonder why, they conning you, they telling you lies, and they conning you. No, they're not. They're really not. They're really not. I used to look at it like that. I used to think these guys are conning people. They BSing people, And then I figured, I sat back and one day I actually watched Bishop T.D. Jakes and Benny Hinn, and that's the Indian. They got an East Indian guy. You got I forget who the white hustlers are out there, but I sat back and watched these guys, and I watched their churches, and I watched the parishioners that went there, and it came clear to me that these people want to be entertained. It's entertainment. It's a show that these people put on for you, right? It's not, you're really not supposed to get anything more out of it than that. But certain people take it to another level and think that it's something higher than what it is. A big goddamn show. Another Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus, the greatest show on earth. We're going to talk about that tonight. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is State of Mentel Radio. And tonight, the poverty pimps, the prosperity preachers. Right? I'm not going to knock their hustle. Fools are going to give their money and spend their money where they want it to be spent. Because the people that go to these things, these are the people that really don't take life seriously. How can you seriously sit here and tell me that you're going to give your money to a man named Creflo Dollar? Or, jump up and down for people who passing plates around and telling you that you need to be shot if you don't give your tithes in. Tithes was a way of saying taxes in the church. Pay your taxes to the church, right? Because the church was like the government, and you pay your taxes to the government same way you pay your taxes or your tithes to the church. You pay your 10%, right? And this is what they say. And it done went up to 20%, 30%, damn near 50%. Give till it hurts. And what are you actually giving to? You're giving to be entertained, right? You giving for a show. You go to church on Sundays, and they got the goddamn ATM machine in the back, all to make it trivial, right? Because it mirrors this society. These people in these churches play upon what it is that's in the minds of black people. Black people are money hungry, right? Because you've been without it for so long, or you haven't had, a lot of our people haven't had it in great abundance. So what is the message that these men are trying to do? What are they trying to give you? They're trying to get you to worship money. Worship money, worship material possessions as your God, as the true and living power, as the output of the true and living power, nothing more. That's why a lot of our people, like I said, when they're on their knees and they're in prayer, they're really praying for materialistic possessions, whether you want to raise at your job, whether you want a car, whether you want to go on a cruise, whether you want a fur coat, whether you niggas want rims for your car. Y'all pray for all kind of madness. You ask and beg for all kinds of madness. Why? Because this all goes into trivializing God or the supreme being. This goes into people who would rather worship and believe in a false fantasy than the true and living reality. They don't want to acknowledge the true and living reality. It's easy to believe in God. See, because when you believe in God, you can believe in God as anything. You can believe in God as a loving God. You can believe in God as a merciful God. You can believe in God as a giving God. You can believe in God as one who gives a materialistic God. You can believe in God any kind of way you want, right? You can make God anything you want, but you won't ever deal with the reality of what God is. And these religions help to trivialize that. They help to make it BS. These prosperity preachers don't want you to take the whole idea of God or a supreme being seriously. That's why they tell you, oh, money this and money that, because they want you to chase after everything in the society. Put all of your energy into everything in the society and look to nothing else. This is your heaven. They tell you that you can have your heaven right here instead of the hereafter, right? What they don't tell you, because they'll say, well, for a long time, people been telling us and preaching that, we have to die, people have to die in order to go to the hereafter. We don't have to. We could have the hereafter here on earth, and they are somewhat right about that. However, what they don't tell you is the hereafter is the future, and what it is you're actually gearing up for, what you're actually looking for the future to become. See, they don't want you to look into the future. They want you to look into the present, constantly focus on the present. And in the present, you're always going to be in need of money, right? You're always going to be in need. Bills are always going to be in your face, So you're looking for relief. You're looking for a way out. You're looking for somebody with a good word, some good news. You're looking to be amongst a bunch of people who have the same problems you have, and these people feed on that. And they ease your pain. They pray for you, they rock for you, they touch you, they give you cloths and stuff like that. They tell you to give what you can give to the church, give whatever you have, drain your pockets, and you'll gladly do so. Right? You'll give your life savings up, and you just to receive a blessing. And a blessing, right, is now money. Money. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing what it is you do. That's the whole point of preaching to you, selling you dreams, selling you relief, selling you the idea that something is going to happen to you for nothing, right? It doesn't really take any effort. Just come there, open up your purse, open up your pocketbook, give your money, and then dance and sing and then leave. And y'all accept that. Like I said, these people are not being fooled. These people are not being conned. These people want stupidity and foolishness, much like black people in society. Y'all want stupidity and foolishness. You understand? I said the church mirrors reality, the reality of the world. You understand? The church mirrors the reality of the world. Our people expect everything to be a show or a joke, or now you look to trivialize everything as taught to you by the beast. He trivializes everything. He makes, when I say trivialize, he makes everything not serious. He makes everything a joke. When you niggas, y'all sit in these churches and y'all do this, don't you know they're making a joke out of you? The whole thing is to make a fool out of you. That's why these people can set up shop, right? Talk what they talk, preach what they preach, get all kinds of tax write-offs and things like that. The government encourages these people to set up these little orders, these little groups, these little congregations. They encourage it. by giving them the tax breaks and things like that, letting them preach. These guys pose with the presidents and whatnot because it's all geared at dumbing you down. It's all geared at severing your connection to the true and living God. You understand? Because you're looking for a God that gives you money. You're looking for a God that gives you material possessions. Basically, what you're looking for is a handout, right? And the only person who has his hand out is your preachers to shake down your pockets. See, they live in the reality world. They live in reality. They want you to live in fantasy. They want you to live in a fantasy where God is going to mystically make money appear to you. And anybody that can soothe your or give you comfort at that time, say if you got a toothache or you in pain or you got some sort of ailment, someone that can soothe your pain or ease you into comfort becomes your God. So if you believe that some God is going to send you money or give you a blessing, then you will drop your mentality. You will focus on material possession. You will focus your way of God, your way of thinking on God into the trivial. Now God is not to be taken seriously. God now serves you instead of you serving God. That's what they want to flip in your head, that idea that God serves you. God gives you money when you want it. You understand that? God lives to serve you. Told you these people are about causing confusion. The whole point of truly connecting with God, the true and living God, is to serve as an instrument of the word or the message. And that message is not religion. That message is not Islam. It's not Christianity. It's not Judaism. That word or that message is mental evolution, advanced thinking, the true knowledge of God. You understand? The laws, that which would govern a people to become a God race. Future thought, that is the true knowledge of God. That is what you should be receiving. That is what you should be serving as an instrument of God, to send messages and receive and build a better world. All these other materialistic things that you sitting up here praying and begging for and looking for, that's going to come. That's nothing. I said the white man, he don't believe in God at all. And the majority of them that have money, they don't believe in God. Why they got all the money then? They ain't sitting back in no goddamn church racking back and forth and giving their money to some preacher or some con artist. Why? But they got all the money. They got more money than the preacher. Why is that? What God do they pray to get all that money? You'll say the devil, right? So what does that really say? If you pray to your God for money, right, and he gives you a little bit, right, but then what if tomorrow your preacher says to you, well, I had a vision. If you pray to Satan or the devil or whatever the case may be, then we can get more money. We'll be rich overnight. How many of y'all would do that? Since it's all about money, right? Who cares what God you pray to if it's all about money, right? I mean, it makes sense. It's all about money. It's all about cars and raises on your job and hitting the lotto. That's what it's about. God is trivial now. God means nothing. God is nothing if he can't give you what you want. You don't even understand God. You don't even understand what that is. It's some mysterious, invisible man who loves you, who has mercy on you, who forgives whatever you do, who is not judgmental, who don't have no laws, none of this stuff, and gives you what you want when you want it. Bullshit. So the end phrase of this thing is prayer, partying, and bullshit. You believe in a bullshit God. That's why you can follow these people, right? because they feed your bullshit. And you love it. You love it. Only people, like I said, these people that aren't about nothing follow these people. These people in religion, it's not just them. It's the general populace, the black race, and the general populace, in general, but especially our people. Trivial. Where your life means nothing. Your life really has no purpose other than to get out here and beg for material possessions. Your life really serves no purpose. All right? You have no understanding of why you're here. What is your purpose in life? You think you just came here to work, pay your taxes, have some kids, screw, eat, and then die. And in between, pray to some God to give you stuff. Right? This is the stupidity these people feed you. This is the show they put on for you. This is the entertainment they provide you to soothe your pain. This is why these people give their money in droves, because you will pay to be entertained. You will pay to be entertained, get material possession. It's the same as going on a cruise, buying that handbag you wanted, but you will not spend your money to resurrect something to the true and living God, a greater people, a better house, to bring greater knowledge to your people. That doesn't resonate with the majority of our people. You understand? Higher intelligence. God is higher intelligence. Those people sitting in the church rocking back and forth, running up and down in the goddamn pews and passing out and getting some guy to sell a goddamn prayer cloth to them, does that represent higher intelligence? Does that really represent the true and living God? That represents a bunch of stupid-ass people. Straight up. It represents a bunch of ignorant people, people who looking for a big show to be entertained. And your preachers, they love it. The poverty pimps, they love it. They know that you down on your luck, that you busted. They know that you have all this sorrow and pain, and they just come in to ease your pain and ease your goddamn wallet out of your pocket. And mysteriously, a couple of $100 done disappeared. They put ATM machines in the back of the churches because it's all about money. That's what they want you to focus on. That's it. Anything above or beyond money is not real to our people no more. That was done purposely by the beast, and he uses these niggas. And it ain't just a black man that's doing this madness. You can notice the beast is looking to dumb down the whole world. Because notice you got East Indian poverty pimps, you got white ones, you got Chinese ones now. You understand? It's a big game. It's a racket. It's one of the fastest growing businesses. The con and hustle people, to dumb down the mentality of the people. You understand? To dumb them further down. See, because, as I said, God, the true and living God, is not for everyone. It is only for the chosen few. Because only the chosen few, as I said, are going to accept the true and living knowledge of God. The rest of these people are out here in the world. There's no part-time with this. These are people who live their life according to this higher knowledge, this higher message. And it said the Son of Man will come back and teach the true knowledge of what God really is. But the majority of the people will not accept it because it's not prayer, party, and bullshit. It's real. And when you start dealing with reality with our people who have been trivialized, who have made their lives trivial pursuit, who have lived their lives in trivial pursuit of money, of ass, of getting their 401ks, whatever madness you Negroes live for, that the beast done made you live for. When you start dealing with reality of what God is, when you start talking God is change, God is no more the BS. God is higher evolution and being responsible and no longer holding on to the hand of the beast and building something greater and letting go of all these other things. When you start talking about that, you start to see the number decrease on who's really with the true and living God. When you start telling people that you got to be responsible for raising God out of your children and out of yourself, raising the God out of you, then our people want to trivialize it. No, you want the people in that church, and even our people in general, they want a God that serves them. They want to trivialize God. You understand? Hell, the majority of our people, the white man is your God. Why? Because he controls the money. You understand? He controls the money. I've seen some of the most sanctified, sanctimonious people who talk about Jesus this and Jesus that. They involved in porn. They involved in prostitution and all kinds of stuff, and they'll justify it by some form of God. They act like, that's fine. You don't have to be responsible for what you do. They tell you that in the church. You don't have to be responsible because you're under grace. You can be a faggot and a lesbian. That's fine. That's okay. You can do all that in the church, as long as you pay your tithes. You understand that? You can molest little kids. You can do that. You can sleep with your sister. You can do whatever you want to do. You understand? You can steal from people because church draws in or tends to draw in the most foulest people. You understand? It's like AA. AA draws in the alcoholics, the degenerate drinkers. So what does church do? It draws in degenerate souls. Because anybody that's truly sincere will not stay amongst these people. You couldn't stand it. It would make your soul hurt. No, these people have found, like I said, and it's easy to find it amongst the black race, trivial people, people who don't take things seriously, people who are only about the material possession. Like I said, Gucci and Louis and Prada, that's your God. That's the black woman, the average black woman's God. The men who make these things, money. Everybody got their price. You understand? Our people, like I said, we so trivial now, we'll do anything for money. Anything. The price is high enough, you'll do anything for money. Because, like I said, even the Wu-Tang, cash rules everything around you. Notice that even in that message, they look to trivialize our people. Make it all about material possession. Make it all about money. Ain't nothing more important than money. Hell, so much so that only way your God has any real power is if he give you money. That's the message that these poverty pimps are preaching to you. It's one group on Facebook called the Church of Money, because we worship money and we praise money. Are you niggas serious? Are you serious? So then what happens when the white man takes money away? What happens when there's just credit? Oh, then we the church of credit because we just praise credit. Whatever the white man puts in effect, you niggas worship it. You understand? That's your God right there. He pulls the strings to your God, into your poverty pimps, your poverty prosperity pimps, who they tell to teach this message to dumb you down further. It ain't just them that's doing it. It ain't just the poverty pimps in religion. You got niggas in the so-called conscious movement pushing this bullshit now. You understand? They're going to remain nameless, but you know who they are. Everything is about money. They don't try to raise the mental frequency of the people. They try to appeal to your submental state, your low nature, that low frequency that was embedded in you. They try to do that. But the true people of God are going to try to raise the frequency, the mental frequency, to get you to look beyond money. See, because when you look beyond money, money becomes easier to get. You understand? When you ain't sitting around here stressing the money, when you ain't sitting around here living for it, ready to do anything, sell your ass for it, money becomes easier to get. The white men that have money, the real white men, I'm not talking about your Donald Trumps. He's a nigga to the white man. I'm talking about your real white men who have real money, whose names mean money. You understand? The real white men who have money, they don't care about money. The real people that have money, I put that on Facebook. I said, the real people that got money in this society, they don't care about money. You understand? They know it's just a tool. They know it's just paper. But for you niggas, y'all eyes buck out your goddamn head like a Sambo coon if you see $1 on the damn floor. You niggas ready to run over each other to go get that dollar. Right? You so focused on the money or stacks of money rather than focused on the idea of how to get it, to build, to work. What can you do with that money beyond just holding it in your hand? Beyond just buying a goddamn Prada bag and a Louis Vuitton purse or a Rolls Royce. What else can you do with it? See, because the beast, he'll give you all the material possessions in the world. That's nothing. That don't mean nothing. That you niggas that just won't live for that, you come cheap. You cheap. You easy. But the ones of our people, right, who actually built businesses and corporations and put time and energy and years and work into it, that's what he doesn't want. See, because those people see the big picture. Men like John H. Johnson, who built Ebony and Jet. Men like Berry Gordy, who built Motown. See, that's not real to our people. A hustle is real to our people. A goddamn con game. And that's another reason why these poverty pimps, these prosperity preaching poverty pimps appeal to our people, because you niggas love a con and you love a hustle. That appeals to you. They used to sell you that BS in the damn rap music. I'm a hustler. Yeah, I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? Y'all love that get over mentality. And you know the nigga getting over on you. You know the prosperity con man preacher getting over on y'all. You love his slickness. You love his slick back hair. You love his slick nigga suits. You know, $2 pimp, ex-pimp. You love it. You love the con man. You love the hustler. But you don't love the intelligent man, the smart man, the man who works and puts in work to make these things happen for his people, who has a bigger vision beyond Rolls Royces and goddamn jewelry and spinning goddamn rims like you niggas like. That's foolishness. You don't look at people like that. That was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I mean? A man who was intelligent, who put in work to build that empire. Yeah, Dr. York, people like that, people that put in work, smart men. You don't look at people like that. To them, those people are like foreign people from a different planet, green men with 3 eyes. That's foreign to the black man. What you understand and what you recognize and what you gravitate toward is a bunch of con artists and goddamn hustlers. That's why our people love the prosperity pimps, the preacher pimps. You understand? You love it. Niggas in shiny suits, slick back hair. You understand? Just like the pimps with the bright colors, the clowns. You know, the slick talk. You know? That's exciting to you. It's a big show. Trivial. BS. Then you wonder why your condition never changes. Why you'll always be a day late and $1 short. Our people don't want the truth. Our people don't want reality. That's how you keep these people alive. Our people keep these churches alive. Nobody's fooling our people. You understand? Same thing with the prostitute and the pimp. The pimp don't make the prostitute sell her body. She want to be a hoe. She wants to sell her body. All that nigga doing is providing her the opportunity, providing the protection. That's all he doing, but she wants to be a hoe. Just like them people in the prosperity churches who give up all their money, they want to be marks. You understand? They want to be marks. They want to be used. You understand? They want to be used and abused. You understand that? See, because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being used, because everybody here is supposed to be utilized for something. Because if you can't be used, then you're useless. But our people know that they're supposed to be serving something higher. Even within themselves, they're supposed to be serving a higher cause. You understand? You just don't know what it is. You know deep down within you're supposed to be a part of a community or a group or something serving a higher cause. Not just out here on your own working for your 401k and just living your life doing nothing, but you're supposed to be part of a community serving a higher cause. And these people, what they do, they step in with their prosperity BS and sell you a bunch of lies. And you go for it because it resonates in your mind that, you know, I'm supposed to be part of something. I'm supposed to be serving something. You know, maybe this is my calling right here. And they use that. See, because our people, we love community. We love to commune with one another. We love to interact with one another. You understand? We live for that. We live for that mentality. You understand? We live to communicate with one another. We live to interact with one another. And these people feed on that. You understand? They suck the life out of you. They take the money out of your pockets because y'all are okay with that. You don't want to serve anything higher. You understand that? If you tell the people, you come to them and you start really enacting laws and rules and say, look, this is how we're going to live. We're going to live our lives according to this. The majority of people are not going to go for that. Like I said, you can be in the church and serve your fantasy God that's going to give you money, and you can still go out here and do the same things you've been doing. No discipline, no nothing. You ain't got to change your life. You can be in these churches and not change your life. See, but the true and living God requires change, always. An evolution, a collective coming together, changing. That's what the true and living God advocates, not this. Not, I want some money. See, because if you truly have the intelligence of God in you, then money is nothing. You can get money. That's nothing. You'll be flush with ideas. Because who is God but a higher intelligent being? And you mean to tell me a higher intelligent being, those who are reflecting that light of a higher intelligent being cannot think of ways to make money? Are you serious? No. See, you want the God that gives you things. You want the welfare God. You understand? That's what our people want. Our people want the welfare God. You understand? Which is really, a.k.a. the white man. You know, God is only powerful unless he's giving you something. Unless you got your goddamn hand out. Even your gospel music, you niggas always just sound like you begging for something. You always sound like you begging. Never serving a higher cause. What cause do these people serve within the church? What cause do these people serve in these prosperity churches but to make these fat cat niggas rich? What cause do they serve? When these guys flying all around in jets and you sitting up here spending $100 to go to Madison Square Garden to hear these niggas' messages, and they messages get money. Like a goddamn Biggie concert. You understand? Because that's really what it is in this day and time. You understand? It's nothing but Biggie to the Christians. It's Biggie. It's the same message. Get money. You understand? Party, prayer, and bullshit. Remember Biggie's song, Party and Bullshit? But this is party, prayer, and bullshit. You understand? The message ain't changed. You just threw God in there somewhere just so it just don't seem like it's on that level of Biggie and the hustling nigga mentality. You understand? Or the pimp and hoe mentality. You just threw God in there to make it seem like it's something more than what it is when it's really not. You understand? See, because when you start telling people what God really is, when you start logically proving to people what God really is, you'll see how many people really with it when it's time to start changing your life. See, you don't want to change. You don't want things to change. But our people want change in their life, but not as long as they ain't got to change themselves. That's real. You understand? They don't want real talk. Our people don't want real talk. They want somebody to justify sitting up on your knees or going to these churches or begging God for money or sitting out here living your life the way you've been living. That's what you want. You want a God that serves you, that caters to your BS. That's the God you want. That's why these guys could step in and pass the plate around and you follow these cats. That's why. You don't want to be the true men and women of God. You don't want to be the God race. You don't want to be that elect. See, because we're in the era right now of the elect. FYI. The raising of the elect are taking place. It's taking place in this day and time. We're in the era of the elect. God is searching the true and living God. You understand? The ascension, our children in the future, the God race, they're searching for the true and living gods to resonate messages to in this day and time, the elect, the chosen. You understand? They're looking for those people. They're not looking for you niggas in religion. You understand? They're sitting around here waiting for somebody to throw a bag of money out the goddamn sky. Or somebody, some God, you looking to send you a BMW right away as a blessing. You know, I heard my own sister talk that madness. You understand? Shit. I said, you know, you might well go marry the white man with a lot of money. Why not? And you would, you prosperity preaching Negroes, you'll lay with the white man. He got money. He's your God because he going to feed your lower nature. He going to give you a handbag. He going to give you a Rolls Royce and a Bentley. That's all you live for. That's all you about. That's how trivial you've become. And like I said, these prosperity preaching Negroes, they, if you notice, they got spots on BET. You understand? You look at what the madness they feed you. They give you stupid ass rap videos, and these niggas, they go hand in hand, just dumbing you down, making you more and more trivial. And then y'all sit around talking about what Rihanna doing, what Beyonce doing. Who gives a damn? Why do you care about what these people are doing? You know what I'm saying? It's the same way these people sit around talking about Bishop Jakes and all these. Why do you care? Because you're under that submental mindset with these people. Because you really have nothing else other to talk about, nothing else to talk about. Because you really don't understand. People who talk about and pay attention to these people really don't know what their purpose is on the planet. They have no idea. You got millions of people, especially amongst our people, but you got millions of our people that walk around on the planet and they don't have any idea or clue what their purpose is. And the people who do not know what their purpose is to the earth will feed the earth with their flesh. You understand? What do I mean by that? The people who are not standing above earth and aiding in the evolution will serve in another way. You will die. You will go into the ground and you will feed the earth and become the fertile ground. You will breed the fertile ground that will bring the new fruits for the new generation to come, the more intelligent ones. Maybe that's your purpose here. Maybe this is where you've come. Maybe this is all that is for you. Because if you're seriously sitting here and thinking that this is reality, you understand? Your reverends and your preachers, they are like your live reality shows. You understand? They're no different than your live reality shows brought to you expressly by the beast. They're your live reality shows. You live for these people. Like I said, it's no different. Now, like I said, they got the younger versions in the conscious movement where they just all it's done to dumb you down, get you to worship money, worship the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the money. That's the mark, what they call dollar bill marks. You know? It's in your hand and in your forehead. What does that really mean? That means that it is in your mind and it is in your hand. You understand? You desire to have it in your hand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having money. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is y'all will do anything for it. So now that you just like him now, because there's the time, certain ones of them, if you ever see this show, Blood Relatives or Blood Relations, on ID4 channel, where these people wiping out their whole family. I'm not talking about your rich elite whites. I'm talking about your white ones who will wipe out their whole family, will do anything for money. Y'all just like them now. You got the same mentality. You got the mark of the beast, meaning you think like them. You act like them. Your concerns, your wants and desires are just like theirs. You're no different. So when the judgment, the true and living, the judgment, the judgmental, true and living God comes, Amen, and he judges the minds of the people in this day and time, which is happening, where a mental list is being drawn up of those who will be receivers. A judgment has gone out, and a lot of our people are under judgment now. It's no more grace. The grace period is done. You're under judgment now. That's why you're going to see a lot of our people starting to die in places like Haiti, in places like New Orleans. That's judgment. Don't look to the white man and say, oh, that's the white man, he's doing that, it's not God. Who do you think putting this idea of the heart machine in their heads to do it? Go into your Revelations and read about the harpers harping. That's the heart machine. It's right in your face. All this is God's judgment, destroying people on the planet and using the beast to do it. Putting the ideas, generating the images in his head to create heart machines to kill off populations. Bringing a new generation out, because they talked about the 144,000 coming. They want to trivialize and dumb down our people because they don't want the elect to find the truth, to connect with God, because that's happening anyway. That's what these poverty pimps do. They serve to be a distraction. You understand? For those who want to be distracted. They serve your trivial wants and desires to create a god, a fantasy god that serves you. And they've done it. They've done it. You understand? A God that accepts whatever you do, whatever you say, a non-judgmental God, and that's not even real. Of course God is judgmental. Of course God judges. Every time, like I said, our people are destroyed and lands and things like that, that's God using man to do that. You understand? When man comes up with the nuclear bombs and stuff to destroy the planet, and only reason, like I said, that's God putting that idea in the minds of man, because God represents future race of people. God can only come forward, and will come forward again on earth in the body of man. You understand? And woman, when those who are holding up the progress, the trivial people, are gone, and they're going right now. This is a quickening. This is happening. This ain't no joke. Like I said, to all people who want to trivialize it and make it religion, no, this ain't religion. See, because religion BS's you. Religion comforts you. Religion tells you what you want to hear. You understand? Religion serves your mentality. It serves your mind. You understand? It ain't a joke. God, the true knowledge of God is not a joke. You understand? It's only for serious people. It's only for people who want to live their life as the elect. Not for you part-time niggas who say, yeah, I hear what you're saying, brother, but I'm over here focused on it. Nigga, you with the 99%. I had somebody tell me that. You with the 99%. This ain't no, I'm focused on that. What else? Focused on what? Ain't nothing to focus on here. This is all bullshit. There's nothing to focus on here. Y'all still here. You understand? What do you focus on? Making money? Video games? Weed? Sex? What are y'all focused on here? What do you really got here to be focused on? Some nigga taking your money out your pocket and telling you everything gonna be all right in the church? You understand? That's what you focused on? Please. No, the true and living God is beyond that. You understand? Beyond the hustlers and the poverty pimps. You understand? Beyond the people that are sitting around here taking your money and making asses out of you. But like I said, they telling you what they about. Like I said, I don't blame these people. Fools got to give their money to somebody. You understand? Fools got to give their money to somebody. You understand that? Somebody got to be around the lies of the people who want to be lied to. So these niggas do serve a purpose. You understand? They serve a purpose to the fools. You understand? To the people who want to follow bullshit. You understand? That's who they serve. That's who they serve a purpose to. You understand? But to the real people, the people who ready to live their life according to the true knowledge of God, which is mentellect. Because God will send knowledge, mental knowledge for the elect, the chosen. That's the time we in this day and time. It ain't for everybody. It's not going to be for everybody. I said that Revelation was real. That was the realest book in the Bible. That was the only real book. All the rest of those books in the Bible, they were plagiarized from other books and, added things and whatnot. But when you started dealing with the book of Revelation, that was the only book that really wasn't part of the Old Testament or the New Testament. That was a future book. That was talking about a future race of people that were coming out and a future world coming. And you see it all happening right now. Talked about the poverty pimps. It talked about the prosperity preachers right in the book of Revelation. That's how you know it's real. That book wasn't grafted from other books and other societies and cultures, because that was a future book prophesied, obviously, by a black man, because that used to be a power that our people had to prophesy, meaning to see into the future. That's how we're supposed to be looking. That's supposed to be normal for us to look into the future, as well as look back in the past and receive higher messages from the past and the future. You understand? But our vision has become blurry. Why? Because you focus on trivial pursuits in the present state. You focused on money, material possessions, stupidity, nonsense. See, back in the ancient world, when our people didn't have all that nonsense, we didn't have the distractions, you seen what our people were doing. Our people were being sped up mentally. That's why we were ahead of everybody on the planet. Our people were being sped up. But as time went on, we were given religion. And that was, like I said, that was the first tool that was handed to us in slavery, religion, to distract you. Just as it's done today to distract you with the poverty pimps. You had the poverty pimps back then in the damn slave quarters. You understand? Where the white man, the slave master, he would stand up and hear the black man preaching, and he would just be standing by listening, making sure he was saying exactly what he wanted him to say. Right? Same way today with these niggas. Because trust me, if they don't follow the script, they're going to have somebody to answer to. Trust me. They following the script. But if back then they had the poverty pimps that was preaching to the slaves, telling them everything gonna be all right, just go work and be a good slave and be praise your master because God gave you a master, and God blessed your master to take you from Africa and be a savage, and being a savage and work hard, and when you die you're gonna receive your reward. All right. It's the same nonsense today. Trivializing God. People creating a fantasy God to keep you controlled. Right? Creating a fantasy to keep you controlled, to keep you serving them. So now you're serving the beast and you serve these niggas in between. You serve two masters instead of the true and living God, which is supposed to be your children, the ascension. You understand? God is the future race. The children that you're raising in the right state of mind. That is those people becoming God on earth. Generations and generations and generations of people who've sped up their intelligence who are using 100% of their mental power. That's God in the future. Reaching back to the people in the present to breed that God race. That's real. Now, it might sound funny to a lot of people. It might sound funny. But like I said, it don't sound funny when somebody dancing all up and down in your face, in your goddamn face, passing a plate and a collection plate to you and telling you put all your money in the plate. That nigga better off sticking a gun in your face. Well, he ain't got to stick a gun in your face. All he got to do is use his head and tell you what you want to hear. You understand? Ain't that what pimps do? The hoes, they tell the hoes what they want to hear. And they'll get them to go out there and wear that little money maker out. They tell you what you want to hear. They feed your lower mentality. You understand? They give you your creature comforts. You understand? They tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to do whatever they want. You understand? Give me your money. God will bless you. Just give me your money. As long as you give me your money, God will bless you. As long as you work, God will bless you in the slave quarters. You understand? A good slave is a working slave that loves his master and don't never raise his hand to his master and work hard and let the master rape your woman and let him whoop your ass till he's raw, let him have sex with your little son and to be a goddamn pedophile with your son. That's what God wants. That's it, right? And fast forward to the future. Certain people, Bishop Long and them, they talking about he a goddamn pedophile or he a homosexual. That's been going on in the black church. Why? Because the black church mirrors the white church. That goes on in the white church. Catholics, all that goes on. So you niggas are nothing but carbon copies of the white man. You that follow that mentality, that madness. You understand? The majority of our people, they're gone. They're mentally dead. They're gone. These people are mentally dead. They're just animated. They're just acting out. They are not mentally connected to anything but to the message of this nonsense. But that's the majority of our people today. That's the majority of our people today. Y'all connected to madness. You connected to the government, Barack Obama, your 401k plan, your gay lover, some homosexuality, whatever you niggas, the NBA playoffs, whatever nonsense you niggas into, that's your God. That's what you put your energy and attention on. See, because your God is what you put your energy and attention on, what you put your total all into. If you put your all into sex, then sex is your God. If you putting all your energy into the goddamn NBA playoffs or a goddamn Prada bag or some fake hair or getting some nigga to trick on you, then that's your God. You gonna pray to your God to send you a trick. You understand? That's reality. How low they play to your nature, to your mentality. If you Negroes believe in witchcraft or some stupidity, you understand, or magic, then that's your God. You understand? There's no such thing. See, you play on the ignorance of the people, you fool the people, and you can control them forever. You can control their minds forever. I'm going to take a call, 832. 832, you on the air. Hello? 832, you on the air?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I don't remember punching one, but I have to agree with everything that you're saying.
Okay.
You're absolutely right, because they took spirituality from the enslaved people and gave them religion. And I was reading that the people that was enslaved, they had lost their spirituality and lost their protection from the Creator before they even left Africa.
Mhm.
And what we're supposed to pattern our life and live for is the Mayat, the 7 principles of Mayat, to be on your purpose. And the 7 principles are justice, harmony, reciprocity, proprietorship. Let me see. What is it? Balance and order.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to focus on. And once you focus on that, you'll come back to the nature. You'll come back to the nature of God, the nature of God within you. To live right and to do right.
Well, here's the thing. Our people, even in the studying the comedic science, because you got the poverty pimps moving into that now too. They see the poverty pimps are no longer just in Christianity. They moving into the conscious movement. They moving into the whole Egyptology thing. They moving into the Mayat principle. They move, and I'm not gonna name no names, because you'll pretty much know who these people are. They done traded out the cross for an ankh now, and they trying to pimp that mentality now to the people. The best thing to do. The best thing to do is for our people to cut all that off and just move on, because, it's not about, you take principles and, things that make sense, because God, if anything, is supposed to make sense. God is supposed to resonate as a higher intelligence, and certain principles we govern ourselves by, not even right and wrong, but by intelligence and not by ignorance and intelligence. What we're not going to do was based in ignorance versus that which is intelligence, because if we can all acknowledge that God is an intelligent being or a person, understand, and we are supposed to be moving toward that level of intelligence, then we will not be fooled by these things. We won't be getting caught up in the things we're getting caught up in. That's the ultimate goal, to reach to that higher intelligence, and it is coming in to a chosen elect few. A lot of our people want to stay stuck in the past or caught up in the present and not focus on the future. God exists in the future, and people who think into the future.
Okay.
Everything, like I said, the only difference between us and God, like I said, it's not even nothing abstract, because I don't deal in abstract thinking or teaching or whatever. We teach in the state of mental. We say that God lives in the future and that we're supposed to be on that stage to becoming those God beings or that God race, but we have to move into the future and disconnect ourselves with anything of the past, because God is constantly moving into the future, and the only difference between us and God is intelligence, advanced intelligence. Not getting stuck in a certain way of thinking.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to play a little bit of music. We'll be right back. The only true principle, the only one principle God lives by is intelligence. Not interested in the principles of man. Man can come up with orders and principles all he wants to. Means nothing. Man can come up with all the commandments he want to come up with, 613, 620, 1,000, 2 million, don't matter. God lives by one principle, and the elect, or the chosen, live by one principle, and that is intelligence, reception, receiving intelligence from God. You understand that? From the future race. This is real. Your God is higher intelligence, is a higher being who is highly intelligent. He's not good, he's not bad. All decisions of God are based on intelligence. That's it. One principle, intelligence. God kills based on intelligence. God brings life based on intelligence. You understand? Everything is intel. Everything deals with common sense and logic on a higher level. That's God, not some principles of man, not some orders and structures and laws of man. Orders and structures and principles of man were created to keep people in line who have no intelligence to stay in line for themselves as a collective. A collective, the elect, the true elect, the 144,000 that are coming out of the black race, they won't be the black race. It will be people coming out of the black race, the chosen few. These people will be governed or govern themselves by higher intelligence. You understand? They won't need all these principles of the past. They're not going to do the things they were doing because they're going to be in tune with God on high, the future race, the higher intelligence of that future race, that man, that supreme being. They're going to be in tune with him mentally. His name will be in their foreheads. He won't be like these ignorant Negroes that's sitting in the church giving their money over, or in the mosque or the temple or wherever, giving their money over doing a bunch of goddamn rituals. You understand? To make themselves feel better. You understand? Because you're just doing that to make yourself feel better. You doing it to make yourself feel like you're doing something. You're not obeying or connecting or transmitting the first and only law, which is intelligence, reason, common sense. That's how God deals, not on any good and bad. Because, like I said, somebody might tell you taking somebody's life is bad, right? But God takes lives all the time. Based on what? Intelligence. I'm not saying taking anybody's life is right or wrong. God don't deal like that. But if you take somebody's life to protect your family, you understand? Then was that wrong? Was it intelligent or ignorant? You let some man, because you believe in killing is wrong, you understand, you'll let a man kill your family instead of killing that man? That's intelligent to kill that person. You understand? To protect your family. You know? The people sat by in slavery and allowed these people to abuse them and rape their women and their children. You understand? Harm their children. And these men and rise up and kill these people. Why? Because they taught you in the Bible that killing is wrong. Thou shalt not kill, while they killed your people. You understand? You sat by and watched that, and you become cowardly. Just like you sit by and allow these people to tell you that paying your tithes, giving them all your money, and robbing the hell out of you, you understand, is just. That it's okay to tax you and take what little bit you got, because it feeds your idea of what you want your God to be. It feeds your idea. You know, these people don't want you to be intelligent. They don't want you to be in tune. You understand? They'd rather you serve a bunch of laws and principles of man. You understand? That's what they want. The elect will serve only one principle, intelligence. That's it. The majority of our people today, the people that give this money to these people that sit in the church, are these intelligent people? I think not. Are these people who are in tune? And when I say intelligence, I'm not talking about people who are sitting in the white man schools and studying and getting educated. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are in tune with the true and living God, Amen. Yes, God's true name is Amen. Not Amen Ra, it's Amen. Just as it was hidden in the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, God's true name is Amen. Just as it was uttered at the end of everyone's prayers, that your poverty pimp preachers who are Masons hide from you. God's true name is Amen, a black man, future man, who the white man put in your face in his movies as Morgan Freeman and God, Bruce Almighty and all that. Funny how he put God as a black man. Maybe he's telling you the truth now. They're starting to tell you the truth, huh? And it went over a lot of our people's heads. You understand? He went to a white man. God, that was symbolic in itself, too, that God would talk to the white man. A black God would come talk to the white man. Why did he do that? Because that is actually what's happening. The Most High, the true and living God, is dealing with the white man through intelligence. The Most High is not dealing with our people through intelligence because y'all connected to the poverty pimps and the lies of the beast and your belief in some false god that they conjured up for you called Jesus Christ and all these other false gods. The true and living God is dealing with the white man via intelligence and ideas. This is why they brought all the technology here in the last millennium. He was dealing with our people in the past in ancient Egypt and Nubia when we was bringing the technology, but since you all severed your connection to that intelligence, and you started getting involved in principles and things like that, and you severed, like I said, they had the priest of Amun and whatnot, and they had the temples in which they got winning, and when they found all that stuff, and they saw drawings and all kinds of technology and things like that, that a lot of these people, a lot of these tomb robbers went over there and found that these people were actually building radios and connecting with the God race in the future, who was sending them messages to bring in technology, was sending them intelligence of future thought. That was happening. These people were receiving. And now the white man stepped in your place and he's receiving. Why he got you distracted with this BS. Why he got you distracted giving your money to some slick-headed con nigga. You understand? Who taking all your money. Some con artist. Because that's the God you want. You understand? That's the fake God you want to worship. I see a black woman sitting up here crying and moaning about, she's screaming about some poverty pimp preacher taking her money, and she like, yeah, he's a demon, he's a beast and whatnot. I'm like, she came by our table because we was set up and, trying to teach our people and stuff like that and find the elect. And, she, this person's a con artist. He said, yeah, she went on and was ranting and raving about this guy, some poverty preacher pimp, I guess, who took all her life savings. And I'm like, was you stupid enough to get? I ain't tell her that, but I'm looking at him. You was stupid enough to give it to him, because he was serving your wants and your trivial wants and desires at the time when it was sounding good to you. When he was telling you, oh, you're gonna get a blessing. When he was telling you, you're gonna probably get your 401k early, or you're gonna get that BMW, or you're gonna get you that mink stole, or whatever the hell you black women ask for, you black men ask for. Like I said, you loved them then, but then when it didn't turn up. And then you found out that nigga cleaned your bank account out, he didn't have to clean. You handed it over to him. Now you mad because you thought you was gonna get something for nothing. You understand? You thought you was gonna get something for nothing, and that's the mentality of our people. We always want something for nothing. We don't want to put in the work to build a better tomorrow. We don't want to live together in a community. We don't want to make our children better. We want to pray and ask some God to do it for us, some unseen being. What kind of so-called blessing you going to receive from a being who's highly intelligent? You understand? When you can't even raise your own children. You got to beg for help to raise your own children. You understand? You got to beg for help to make money, to make it in the world. You understand? To think on a higher level, things that you won't accept. See, because you don't want to deal with higher intelligence. You don't want to deal with God as an intelligent, all-thinking being. You don't want to think of God that way. You want God to be the welfare office. You want him to be the guy that's just going to give you as long as you get on your knees. Look, I don't want to talk about that. Just God, just give me what I want. Give me what I want, and then I'll praise you. And like I said, these people love that. Trivial pursuit. Our people live their lives. Like I said in the Facebook feed, I said trivial pursuit is not a game. The majority of our people live their life as a trivial pursuit. You understand? That's the majority of our people. It's trivial pursuit. That's why you can follow these people. That's why you can sit up here and talk the nonsense you talk. That's why you can sit up here and talk about Egypt still, and you still talking about Africa, and you still talking about things that are dead and gone. Things that you're trying to revive and breathe life back into, when you should be looking forward into the future and receiving this higher intelligence. See, because it wasn't about those societies. You understand? God, the true and living God, Amen, came to man in those societies, but it was always about the true and living God, Amen, not to focus on these men, not to focus on their principles. See, and that's why our people end up getting caught up in this stupidity, because you want to put all your energy into these men instead of putting your intelligence and making your connection mentally with God. So you put all your energy into these men. You put all your energy into the poverty pimps, the ankh carriers now. Like I said, they done traded in the crosses for ankhs now. That's the new hustle. You understand? Where they selling consciousness to our people and spirituality. More BS. You understand? God doesn't deal with no spirits and no spooks and all this other stuff. God deals with intelligence. And those who are receivers, rays of that higher intelligence, will be the elect, the future beings. Those of our people, what we're supposed to be doing is building this new society, this new covenant on earth of receivers, of highly intelligent beings, those who are in tune with God. But see, if you tell an average Negro that, the one who want to sit up here and pray to God for a BMW or give their money to T.D. Jakes or sit up there and give their money, what is he talking about? I'm not receiving that. That's not right. God, I'm going to go, Jesus is my God. I'm going to go and get on my knees and praise the Lord and whatnot and go to church. Yeah. Good luck with that. You understand? Good luck with that. Good luck with the blind, with the blind, deaf, and dumb teaching. You understand? Our people will sit up here, like I said, in this low state, and they'll try to figure out or they'll try to trivialize even what we doing in the state of mental. When we say that God deals with the people, and the true and living God deals with the elect based on intelligence, these niggas will sit up here and look at it and try to, whatever. Yeah, whatever, nigga, it ain't for you. You're not of the elect. You're of the 99%. You're of the 2/3. You're of the people that's going to be destroyed. So, of course, you're not going to see it because you live for this. Like I said, Rick Ross, T.D. Jakes, you can put all that in the same bag. You understand? Prada, Gucci, hair weaves, reality TV, Biggie. Well, you put it all in one big bag. That's what you niggas live your life for. Your 401k plan. After you get through all that, like I said, what else do you live? Relationship with some Negro who ain't talking about nothing. Some nigga in your face who ain't talking about nothing, telling you lies. You understand? Or just some stupidity. When you get beyond and above all that, when you let all that go, all these principles and all that past bullshit, when you let all of that go, then you're going to start to see God. When you clear out blank, when you purify yourself, and that's something the Egyptians used to do. They used to shave all the hair off their body and put on white robes because that was, like I said, that was something our people did to purify themselves. You understand? To make yourself a blank slate, to receive higher intelligence from God. That's truly God. That's when you're receiving the knowledge of God. Not sitting around here doing some dances and some shaking your ass and jumping up and down and praying 10 times a day. That's a bunch of BS, man. You understand? Governing your life by a higher principle, a new principle, which is really not new. It's coming into our people now from beyond the sun. God will tell the elect to govern themselves by his intelligence, not by some principles of some people in the past or man today. God, Amen, will tell his people, the elect, to govern themselves by higher intelligence, that which he governs himself by. Because it is Judgment Day. We are in the time of Judgment Day. That's why you see all this chaos and madness going on. We are in the judgment. Judgmental. God, Amen, is judging the minds of our people. Who will be the receivers in the future to receive his intelligence versus those who will not. Versus those of you who, and like I said, the white man, he's sitting around here putting all his energy into dumbing you down. with these niggas and they poverty church and they poverty preaching and getting you to be, like I said, the focus is all on money. I don't care if you listening to hip hop. I don't care if you in the church. I don't care if you listening to R&B. I don't care if you watching sports. Everything, notice. See, you got to get it all into one bag and see what it's about. Everything is focused on getting you to put your energy into money, chasing it, so that you're distracted, so that you're not receiving the higher intelligence from God. Our people can sit up here and try to act like they going through so much in life, that they doing so much and that they busy, when all you niggas doing is chasing. All y'all doing is chasing money. That's all you doing. That's all you doing. I said our people ain't doing nothing but spending money here and waiting to die. Spending their money with giving their money to the white man and waiting to die. That's all our people doing. You're not doing nothing deeper than that. You understand? The true and living God, Amen, the Most High, is above that. When you get beyond that, then you'll start to receive and you'll start to connect. Till that time, all that, yeah, brother, I see what you're saying. No, you don't see what I'm saying. No, you not of the elect, because the elect is not going to give a damn about that. I'm going to hit you something. The elect are going to be the people, they're going to make the money. They're going to have businesses and things like that in this world. They're going to be taken care of because they're going to receive intelligence from on high to take care of themselves, and they're going to survive this. They're not going to have to worry about money because their focus is not going to be money. Like I said, the people who are not focused on money and worrying about the material of it, those are the people that get the money. Same way with the guy who get all the women who not focused on chasing women. Same way with the girl who ain't focused on chasing men. But like I said, she just keep herself together and live her life, and all the guys attract her. Same way the people who are going to get money, they going to do that. They'll come up with an idea, you understand, that's going to benefit them. And these guys turn around next 3-4 years, they millionaires. And it came to them and they didn't even pay no attention to it. And they're going to be lasting in wealth as long as the money's good. And they're going to be rich in wealth, and they're going to receive intelligence on how to guide themselves in life. You niggas who sitting around here waiting on that false God who ain't got no name, your false God give you a handout through your bullshit preacher in the church. Like I said, it ain't nothing for you. There is nothing for you. You people are still sitting around waiting for some to bang on some drums and listen to some Zulu music, and you still talking about some old principles and teachings of the past. Look, man, that's of them people of the past, man. Them people are past and prologue, man. They done. God is making a new connection with a new people. Read your Revelation. That's real. You understand? He's making a new connection with a new people, a new covenant. A real covenant, not some bullshit new covenant where certain people talking about, oh yeah, in the new covenant it's about money, it's about Jordans, it's about Yankee baseball caps. No, that's your modern day nigger hustlers, young nigger hustlers. You understand that? You understand? You're black devils. But like I said, I'm not hating on them, not at all. See, because, like I said, where there's somebody to be fooling people, there's always a bunch of fools that'll tune into that. See, when God, the true and living, the true receiver, the true intellectual, the true one of God, the true Son of Man, is going to bring the true and living knowledge of God, and the majority of the people are going to reject it purposely. They're supposed to do that. They're supposed to reject it. It's not for the black race. It's for the people that will come out of the black race. It's not for you people that's still talking about Egypt and Africa and consciousness or spirituality. That's over and done with, man. Because all that spirituality talk, all that did was put a bunch of abstract ideas in our head. You understand? When God, the true and living God, Amen, is very, very concrete, very real. His intelligence and his reception is very real to those who are in tune. Those of our people who are still looking through old eyes, past and present, you're not going to be able to see into the future. You're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to hear this message because it's only going to be for the elect, because the frequency is going to be raised so high on it, it's going to go totally over your head. When we would sit up here and we teach this knowledge and intellect to our people, like I said, the majority of them is like, I just don't get it. I've had people call it, I just don't get it. Because you're still vibrating on a low mental frequency. That's why you're not supposed to get it. It's supposed to go over your head. I'm speaking English, but you're not going to get it. It's not going to go in. because you're still worrying about the past. You're still worrying about the present. You're not thinking on the future. You understand? You're still thinking about money and cars and houses and whatnot. Like I said, think beyond that. I know money is needed to survive in this world. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But I said focus on what it is that you can do with that money. Build schools for your people. Come together. Build this new covenant. You understand? Build this, raise these babies up like as we trying to do in the state of Mentel, raising our people up. Go to the SOM.info. Focus on that, and money will come. Ideas will come. You understand? Ideas will come. You know? Ideas will come in clearly if you're willing to change. Our people don't want to change. Our people think they got it. I don't care. Like I said, whatever you're dealing with now that was based in the past and in the present, in this day and time, is not right. It's done. It is not of God. It is not of the true and living God. Amen. It's not. Because God is moving into the future, always. And we're supposed to be following God into the future. You understand? Mentally, we're supposed to be connected to God moving into the future. We're not supposed to be sitting around here trying to recreate some old principles or some people that lived thousands of years ago. That's done, man. That was for those people, not for us in this day and time. Our people don't want to let go and move on. Our people don't want to receive this higher intelligence and trust that the true and living God, Amen, will guide our people out of this madness. You want to hold on to a bunch of old principles. And hell, some of you niggas going to even run back into the church and listen to these people tell you a bunch of BS. You understand that? You looking for somebody, and even in the end of the time, and going into now, you think that these people are going to take care of you. You think there's going to be some comfort for you when you wasn't willing to change. Our people not willing to change. Our people not ready to receive the knowledge of mentellect, the knowledge of the true and living God. Amen. Our people not willing to receive that. They want what was here. They want what you used to. You understand? But you can't grow on the things that you've already eaten. You can't keep regurgitating the things that you've eaten. You can't keep throwing up the things you've eaten and keep eating it again and regurgitating it and throwing it back up. You understand? You will not get any nutrients. You will not be fed from that. No, you want change to come. You're going to have to make change happen within yourself. You cannot do what you were doing. A lot of our people, that's hard for them to swallow. A lot of our people, they just want to be amongst a congregation. They want to sit amongst people so that they can talk to people. A lot of our people want to feed off the energy of others because you can't think for yourself. You can't receive for yourself. Those of you who cannot receive for yourself and looking to feed off energy, like I said, that's why a lot of our people go up in these churches. You'll sit up in the church, or you'll sit up in the mosque or the synagogue or the temple or wherever the hell you at because you want to feed off everybody's energy. You become a social, You become one of these social degenerates where you just want to be around a bunch of people because you want to socialize. You understand? You want to socialize. You're just looking for somebody to socialize with and talk shit to. You understand? That's all you in these churches for. To waste time. You're not trying to receive the intelligence of God. You're not trying to be part of the covenant. You just want to sit around here, talk about money, talk about what's going on in society today with a bunch of nigga nonsense. That's what you're there for amongst the congregation. Won't be with the elect. The elect is not going to have that. The true people of God, amen, the elect will not be of that ilk. They will not be talking about the past. They won't be talking about Ma'at. They're not going to be talking about T.D. Jakes. Or like I said, if anything, they're going to be talking about trying to get our people out of T.D. Jakes and all that bullshit. They're not going to be talking about Pan-Africanism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism. Those things are going to be past and prologue. They're not going to be talking about Egypt. They're not going to be trying to recreate and do the things that they was doing in the past. They're receiving a new word from God on high. Amen. To bring out a new people. You understand that? Whenever there's chaos, whenever there's confusion amongst people about a word, what happens? How do you clear up that confusion? God destroys the word. He destroys the people. That's how you clear that up. And the people who are ready to listen and receive the new message of God, those will be the people of tomorrow. Not these people who want to try and reenact things because that's how they feel comfortable with it, with what they know. It ain't about what you know. It's about what you're ready to receive. I said our people are supposed to stop the elect, the 144,000. That number is real in the book of Revelation. Those people will not be in submission. They will be in transmission. They will be receiving the higher intelligence and sending it and receiving it to find their people. They will be the elect, the electrified ones, the senders and the receivers, the live wires, the charge, the bits of the radio that's receiving the message. And they will find their people, and then they will flip this thing over. This is real. This is the knowledge of God. But like I said, to the majority of our people, they're not going to get it. The majority of the black race, they're not going to get it. The majority of the human race is not going to get it. They ain't supposed to get it. They're not supposed to. They're going to move in a revolving door constantly in the same cycle of madness, same routine, same rituals, same spirituals, special rituals that they are dying now. The poverty pimps are being exposed. Eddie Long, all these people coming out. You understand? All these people are going to be exposed. These people are going to start dying. Watch. Because the new world is coming in, and in the new world, these people don't exist. In the new world, your old beliefs don't exist. They don't mean anything anymore. Egypt don't mean anything to the elect. You understand? Africa don't mean nothing to the elect. America don't mean nothing to the elect. Only the word and the name of the true and living God. Amen. We not in the revolving door anymore. We moving in a straight path on a return to nowhere. We're not returning. Once the elect are gathered and they start on this path, they're going to be on a road to no return. Meaning they're not going to go in that certain rotation of BS and routine and talking about what was going on in the past. They're going to make a reference on the past and they're going to keep it moving. That's it. We'll be right back. You know, people are going to get turned off when you tell them what God really is because it doesn't fit there. I don't care who it is. If it don't fit their idea of the past, the present, and you telling them what God actually is in the future, they're going to get turned off by it. It ain't just the people who's under Christianity. Once you don't tell them what they want to hear, what their minds have chosen to accept, once you start telling them the truth, and they can't discount it, yeah, they're going to get turned off. They're going, well, all right, bye, brother. All right, because you ain't telling them what they want to hear. The poverty pimps, they tell them what they want to hear. Just like the conscious niggas tell these conscious Negroes what they want to hear. They tell them what they want to hear. They tell you about Ma'at. They tell you about the principles, the 613 commandments, and they keep you focused on that. But nobody's doing any real work in real time. They keep you focused on things that can't help you. In real time, you still under slavery. You're still under mental bondage. You're closed in and locked in to these old ways of doing things. Nobody wants to talk about what to do in real time, in the future. Everybody wants to tell you about the past. And the minute you tell people, nah, the true and living God, Amen, is dealing with the future. He's not dealing with the past and the present. That's done. God resonates as a future being. They don't want to hear that. That's over their head. That's not the God that they signed up to worship. That's not the God with the principles and things they feel comfortable with. FYI, God ain't supposed to make you niggas feel comfortable. God's supposed to bring change. You understand? He's supposed to change your life. And we all know the Negroes don't want to change. We don't want nothing connecting to the future. Like I said, it's not about your ego. It's not about what you want. You should want what everyone wants, which is the reception. You know? They want you to tell them what they want to hear. That's why, like I said, the poverty pimp, he serves the purpose. He tells them that all they got to do is pray and sing and dance and give him money and God going to bless them. That's their message. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the true and living word of God, because the true and living word of God, oh, you just make it. That's when it becomes your philosophy. Then, oh, you just making that up. Where you get that from? That's what you believe. You know that's your philosophy and your belief. Well, nigga, you sitting up here with some BS philosophy about praying and giving tithes and thinking you gonna get something in return. You believe that nonsense. But I said that God works in deals with higher intelligence. That's not real to you. You understand? That's not real to you. Here's a being with other beings, a highly intelligent being, obviously, that created man, woman, that created planets and things like that. You understand? Here's a being that created that. All these things based on higher intelligence. Then when I say God is dealing with intelligence, y'all go, oh, that ain't right. He's dealing with prayer and forgiveness and not being judgmental. No, nigga, that's the God you want. That's the God you created. You understand? That's the God that they roll out on the red carpet every Sunday for you niggas that sit in the church and listen to that bullshit every Sunday. That's the God you want. You understand? The God that don't deal with judging people. The God that ain't dealing with intelligence. Because, see, that God is not going to put up with your BS. You can't be a nigga around the true and living God. You can, like I said, you couldn't even be around that. He's not going to be the one that got the elect are not going to be praying. The 144,000 are not going to pray. You understand? They're not going to follow no rituals. They're not going to be spiritual beings. They're not going to sit around talking about God, could you please give me some money? You understand that? They're going to be enlightened with the intelligence of God to get whatever it is they want. God is looking for his people right now. Amen, the true and living God, is looking for the God race, the Amen beings right now. This is not a joke. This is real. But see, to our people, they want to trivialize everything. They want to make it like, oh, that's what you believe. That's your fantasy. I don't believe what you. Nigga, don't accept what I believe. I'm not here to get you to believe nothing. Go back and believe about Egypt and Africa and keep beating that shit into the ground, man. Go back and beat that dead horse. Go back and talk about the principles and the spirituality and all that abstract bullshit. Go back and talk up and put on funny hats and fezzes and crescents and moons and all that nonsense. That rant that you got from man. And keep telling yourself that that's going to get you somewhere when all you're doing is putting on a costume and trying to prolong what's about to come, which is change. You understand that? God is change. Amen is change. Amen is higher intelligence. That's all he's ever been. That's how he always dealt with the elect. God is looking for the elect. He's not looking for men and women who got their goddamn hair on. He ain't listening to you. You understand that? That's why y'all niggas is in poverty right now. That's why you in turmoil right now. That's why your kids getting shot down the street by the white man and things like that. Because, like I said, y'all not in tune. You not in tune. You understand that? That's real. You know, raw and uncut. I told you. God is giving it to the elect raw and uncut, and he's going to give it to his people raw and uncut. And like I said, we out here to find the elect. That's the time we in right now. We ain't in the time of listening to a bunch of people crying about, can we do the principles? Who could wear the biggest ankh? Who could wear the biggest cross? Who could put on some black, red, and green and talk about Oba Ta'ala and the African Shango spirits? Nigga, go ahead with that nonsense. You understand that? That's a bunch of beliefs of men. It ain't no different. Like I said, just as we beating on that whole Christian thing and that whole Islam thing, it go for you African spiritualists too, man, with that bullshit. They ain't no different, man. It's the same bullshit, abstract, spooky, spiritual nonsense. You understand? The true and living God deals with the mental, with the mind, with the advanced, with the elect. You understand that? Anything beyond, anything other than that is of man. Anything other than that is some abstract nonsense. And like I said, people want to accept the God of man, the false gods. Like I said, because it caters to your lower nature. You understand? I don't feel sorry for these people when I see them getting their asses ripped off. I don't feel sorry. I laugh at them. I laugh. I want to laugh in that woman's face because, like I said, for her being so stupid. You understand that? For her being ignorant. Fool, don't you know God deals with intelligence, not ignorance? But you niggas want to ignore God. You want to ignore the true and living God, Amen. You understand? Or you want to say there is no God. You understand? Well, you know what I say to you people who say there is no God? You're saying there is no future. When you say that, what you're really saying is there is no future. God is the future. God is the present future, the continuous future. And you're moving in God. You're supposed to be moving in God's timeline. When you start talking that nonsense about there is no God, that means there is no future for you. You don't exist in the future. You don't become God. You're not living to become God. You niggas are sitting around and talking, yeah, brother, you know, no, nigga, you ain't sympathizing with nothing I'm saying because you're not trying to change your life. You still doing what you've been doing, so you still moving in the circle of man. You understand that? You still following the false god of man. You understand that? This ain't no, like I said, a lot of our people listen to this thing to get charged up and whatnot. And I tell a brother, I'm going to say this to you, brother, don't sit up here and put energy into these people and stop trying to prove that you better than these people. Put all that energy, the brother, Fly, don't put no energy into these people, man. Put energy into finding the elect and bettering yourself. Stop sitting around here with the rants, brother. It ain't about that. You understand? It's not about the rants. It's about bettering yourself mentally, being silent, and strengthening your mind and finding the elect. That's what we're here for. We're not here to put energy into these people. Only reason I talk about them is to drive the bright race, the elect ones, out of the black race. That's the only reason I talk about these niggas. If I didn't have to do that, if I could just talk to the elect, I would do that. I wouldn't even talk about these niggas no more because y'all passed in prologue anyway, man. You understand that? You know? You have to think in that level. You have to think on this level. You understand? You have to think of yourself in this state of the future. In this state of the future, if your mind is in the future, then you got no need to argue with people of the past and the present because they're no longer in your mind space. Think into the future. You understand? You know? Think about the future. Don't worry about these people and what they're doing and things like that. When they want if people get you mad, you talking about people you shaking, like man, just brush it off, man. These people in your mindset, these people should be dead anyway. They already dead. It's like you arguing with a corpse. You understand? You arguing with corpses. That's really what it is. You understand? I had to put it out there to you, brother. Like I said, I'm not trying to blow you up or anything. I had to put it out there to you just because like I said, more energy should be focused. Energy should be focused on us finding our people. And I'm gonna say that on July 22nd in the State of Mental Supermen Superwoman Project. The message is we finding our people, man. It's time to build this nation, man. It's time to build this new state. Time to find the elect, man. That's the message, man. All that me teaching and blowing minds, that's about to come to an end because the more I teach and whatnot, I'm not talking at people no more. If you're not of the elect and you're not trying to find these environmental soldiers that's coming up and the elect, the 144,000, the Mentalian race, if you're not out here trying to find the chosen, then, man, then go somewhere else. Have a nice day because I'm not trying to sit up here and talk to people and blow their minds. See, our people want to come and have their minds blown and, act like this is just something so, out there, but then they don't want to come and do the work. See, because our intelligence will only increase, our connection to the true and living God, Amen, will increase the future beings, the future race, and we will go and resonate as future beings amongst these past and present ones when our connection is strengthened, when the elects are gathered. If you're not living for the gathering of the elects, then I don't like I said. You understand? I am your mentor. I am here for the elect only, the bright race. I'm not interested in the black race. Told you, the black race done run its course. The bright ones are going to come out. That's what this is. Those poverty pimps and the preachers and things like that, they cater to the mentally dead. They're catering to the mentally dead. That's who that message appeals to. When you see these niggas rocking back and forth, they like a bunch of zombies. When you see them talking about yeah, and I'm gonna receive my blessing, like I said, those are the mentally dead. You understand? They're not of the future. You understand? They're not of the future. This message, this new song that's being sung by the true, or being sent out, this new message that's being sent out by the true and living God, it's only going to resonate in the minds of some of our people. The rest of our people are going to think this is a joke, or they're going to play games with it, or, yeah, brother, I feel you. Then you're going to go back to being a nigga. You're going to go back to doing what you've been doing, worrying about your 401k, your job, because that's what the ones who are not of the elect are going to do. That there's a way to be in the world, but not of it. We in the world, but we not of it. A lot of y'all in the world and you of it. So when this world goes, you going with it because a new world is coming in. I see it as clearly as I see the hand in front of my goddamn face that I got stretched out in front of me right now. This is real. The true word of God, the true knowledge of God, the true intelligence of God is not going to be for the black race. It's not going to be for the majority of our people. It'll be for special people. You understand? A few good men and a few good women, a God race. See, God had to even go through trials and tribulations to be God. You understand? God had to go through trials and tribulations to become God. God had to go and find the other gods and be fishers of men and women to find the bright race, to find those who are in tune. Because it's like putting together a radio. When you put all the parts in the radio will start to receive. It'll start to pick up power. It'll start to pick up energy. Majority of people who are not picking this up. You understand? When the majority of the people start picking this up, then you're going to start to see things happen. You're going to start to see something resonate on this planet. You're going to start to see our force strengthen. You understand? That's the age and the era we in right now. You know? This is going to sound crazy to the ones who are still caught in the past and the present. They don't feel that we're moving into the future. They don't feel something happening because they're dead. They don't exist. They're not in the future. They don't resonate as future beings. When they tell you in your family that you're the black sheep, what they were really saying is that you are the special one, the future one. You understand? You are the chosen. They're not of the chosen. And it's not so much because it was some big lottery and, you was just the chosen, they chose not to. No, it don't work like that. You know what happened? They chose not to be of the chosen. They chose not to be of the chosen. They chose of their own free will not to be of the chosen. You understand? They chose it. They chose it, and they made a contract, and they fulfill that contract every day not to be of the chosen. So if you're not with the chosen, then you're against the chosen. You understand? If you're not with the chosen, then you are against the chosen. But do us a favor. Stay out of the way of the chosen because the chosen are coming together. The elect are coming, the real elect. Not some nigga that's sitting here trying to rape your pockets. You understand? And just using the word new covenant and elect or next world or next covenant just to get some money out of you. Some hustler. Some prosperity pimp. Whether he in the conscious movement or in the religious movement or the whatever movement he in. Or she's in. Because like I said, you black women, y'all in that madness too. Y'all, the nigga man and the nigga woman, they do a team act now. You understand that? Our words are not going to be popular. They're not going to like my language and my speech. It's going to get raw and uncut. God is raw and uncut. God kills. You understand? God maims. God brings life. You understand? God deals with intelligence. A lot of our people don't understand God because you're not dealing with God from a level of intelligence. That's why these people feed you ignorance, because that's where you rather deal with God from a state of ignorance. You rather ignore the messages of God, the true and living knowledge of God, because it ain't what you want. It's not what make you feel comfortable. The hell with you, nigga, and what make you feel comfortable. To hell with you, the 99% that would make you feel comfortable. You understand that? It's not about you anymore. I'm gonna take one last call. 916. 916. You have to make it brief. 916.
Okay, peace, brother. Yeah. One question. Okay, so you know how we pick up signs, okay, from the earliest form all the way up to the future, what you're speaking on. So now, what's the key sign to look for when you know that you're in the presence and you're receiving the information you're speaking of?
When you no longer doing the things of the past and the present, when you actually are changing, when you are no longer, you broke your routine. That's when you break the circle and you are now open to receive the intelligence of God.
Okay, so that's a sign. That's a
sign.
Okay, that's the sign. Okay, so that's more of a mental sign than something to look for out and about. Okay, now I know he's not in the image or anything you see or see whatever. There's just that energy. But the thing about it is symbols come at us.
Hello? I lost you, brother, but we come into the end of the broadcast. I am the intellectual Nuben Mincar Rays. Join us Friday night. We don't know what the broadcast will be. Good night.